Have you ever wondered where the world's most famous cheese comes from? Or better yet, how it's made? I'm about to show you. Welcome to the province of Modena, Italy, and to the home of Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. Today, I'm visiting Caseificio Rosala Dairy, where you'll see how one of the world's most exclusive varieties of Parmigiano Reggiano cheese is made, along with a visit to the farm to see where it all begins. Then, it's a stop down the mountain to a delicious local restaurant where we'll put this Cadillac of cheeses to the test. Welcome to The Trot. I'm Mark. After years in corporate America, I decided to feed my soul, literally, following my family roots back to Europe. So, with food as my compass and Europe as my map, I'm exploring the best that European life has to offer. And that means you're going to see some amazing places, meet some incredible people, and of course, watch me eat some pretty spectacular food. And because life as a full-time vlogger only pays some of the bills, I started a travel company, taking my followers with me on custom tours through Europe. So whether I'm traveling solo, with my friends, or my guests, one thing is for certain, I'm exploring Europe one bite at a time. This is Eurotrotter. Today, I'm going to show you everything there is about the spectacular cheese Parmigiano Reggiano, and I'm here with Gabriele Cavani to tell us all about how this incredible cheese is made.
We are here in Caseificio Rosala in Modena, in the province of Modena, on the Apennine area. Right now it's 7 o'clock in the morning, and we are starting the production of Parmigiano Reggiano.
And what's happening over here?
This is the evening milk, the evening milking, which is being left overnight in these basins. The second half of the cauldron is full with fresh milk.
So what's happening here with, is it churning right now?
Yes, because it's mixing the full fat milk with
the skim milk.
When the temperature is around 48-50 degrees,
okay,
we are going to add the rennet.
Ah, and that's what helps the curdling.
Exactly. This is the whey.
So the whey is in here, the natural regular milk is in here with all the bacteria, exactly. And then what Jonathan's doing next is he's going to add the enzyme, the rennet.
The rennet.
That is going to help this milk curdle.
Exactly, exactly.
So what is the rennet now? Where does this enzyme come from?
Is coming from, is extracted from the stomach of the cow. It is told that actually the invention of cheese, if we can say so, has happened in ancient times in the Middle East, where they used to put milk in the stomach of the animal as a container, exactly.
To store the milk.
To store the milk, wow. Or the water. And doing this, they discovered that the milk was getting something like solid.
Right.
And in this way, they discover the functioning of this enzyme, which is inside the stomach of the cow.
So how interesting, just storing the milk, it started to form the cheese because of the enzyme in the stomach of the calf.
Exactly.
And now we have Parmigiano Reggiano cheese.
It was
how incredible.
It was a fortunate accident.
Yes, it certainly was. Now what's happening here, Gabriele?
The milk is curdling.
The enzyme is reacting.
Exactly.
And curdling, and Jonathan's feeling the milk.
This is the most important part in the production of Parmigiano Reggiano. This is the reason why you still need the human in order to produce it, and is not possible to make it through machines. This is called spino. Now he's breaking the curdle, and this is the most important moment in the whole production process. It's important that the curdle will be broken in the very small granules. After that, is going to open the steam again, and those granules will throw out the water the way, and then they will go on the bottom of the cauldron. As I said, now the whey is going to be to separate.
And that's hot, but it's not hot to the point where it would boil because we're not pasteurizing the cheese. It's non-pasteurized, and that's why this has so much more flavor, the cheese, the product that you get here in Europe, in Italy, because it's not pasteurized. As I like to say, the flavor isn't removed. Incredible. It's such a difference.
Yes.
It's such a difference.
Actually, this is a very time and resources consuming process. But this is the only way you could, as you said, reach this result.
Yes.
To keep the entire flavor of the milk and to pass it into the cheese.
It's time consuming and it's also time specific, because I noticed the clock, because it's important that this is done quickly.
Every operation in the right time. Now with this wooden spoon is going to lift the cheese, which is on the bottom.
Okay. Wow. Oh my
Here we
God.
are. This is, as we said, the mother.
That's the mommy. Look at that.
You can see really the grains which has been put together in a compact
Look
mass.
at that.
And it's taking the form of the bottom of the cauldron. There's already this round form, round shape.
So now he's separating the mother and having the two
The
sisters.
two sisters, exactly.
Wow. It's like trying to get the baby out of the bath.
Exactly. Those are the two babies.
And now they've been separated.
Yes.
It was a dance. It was beautiful. And you have to move fast. Look at that.
There is no time to waste. A very simple operation, but they have to be made in the right time. We have the final moment when the cheese is put in the mold.
Wow. There we go. The top.
The top, so that
And this weighs it down.
yes, it helps the water to get out.
From there, the wheels go downstairs for a bath.
The wheels are inside this solution
Okay.
of water and salt, and they will stay here for 18 days. And this is the time which is needed in order for the salt to penetrate the entire mass.
Wow, so this is salt water bath, and the salt is absorbed into the cheese.
This is the last ingredient, let's say, that we add to the cheese.
When we were looking at the different cuts of the Parmigiano that you had in the case,
Yes.
the one cut that I saw that I had never seen before is the actual center.
The center.
And the center is the part that gets less salt.
The less salt, yes, because salt is penetrating from the outside.
But it doesn't get as saturated in the
Exactly.
center, so the flavor is different.
Jonathan was saying that before the salt comes to the central part, it takes it's a 6 month
Really?
travel.
Wow.
And he said that the reason why Parmigiano Reggiano this is an Italian hard cheese, we would call it now.
Okay.
It will become Parmigiano Reggiano only after 12 months. And this is the time it is needed in order to the full mass of cheese to get salty.
From there, the cheese gets clamped with its iconic markings.
Secret.
Okay.
You know how
Top secret.
the writing Parmigiano Reggiano on the side are made. This fascera is put between the cheese and the mold to impress the writing Parmigiano Reggiano on the side of the cheese.
From there, it was down to the warehouse to see where the cheese is stored.
This is absolutely beautiful. It smells incredible. This is the warehouse where the finished product, or soon to be finished product, comes to age.
The question is, how do you know that the cheese is good?
Yes.
It's perfect.
This is the way you can understand if the cheese has any defect, which has been developed during maturation.
If there was a defect, what would that be? What would that?
There would be a noise, a different noise. As you knock on the wall, and you can understand from the different noise if there is a hole behind or a crack behind or not.
All right.
Actually, this is the only way you can understand if the wheel you are buying, in this case, has defect or not.
So
before opening it, actually.
It's almost like finding the stud in the wall. Here you want the entire wheel of cheese to be the stud where all the wood is, in this case the cheese with no holes.
Yeah,
Wow.
Imagine you are about to spend 600 euro in
Yes.
order to buy this wheel, and you
Yes.
want to know if it's a good quality
Yes.
or not. You
Wow.
have to have this hammer and knock on
And
it.
the ear.
And here, exactly. After 18 days, after the phase of the salting, the wheels are left here on those wooden shelf, to season. As you can see here, you find all the information that you have seen on the fascera. So 1026, this is the number which identifies
The company.
the company, the Rosola Dairy. This is the month in which it has been produced, November 20, the year. This is the sanitary number, and those are the
Wow.
writings, Parmigiano Reggiano. You have seen that here there is an empty space, because as we said, this is not a Parmigiano Reggiano wheel yet. It will become Parmigiano Reggiano after 12 months.
And who makes that determination? You do.
No, the Consorzio Parmigiano Reggiano is an organism which is made of all the producers. And they're actually checking if the Parmigiano Reggiano is a good quality.
So they come in and they certify, and they are the ones that designate that this is Parmigiano Reggiano.
They test each single wheel with this system. So knocking with a hammer and checking that there are no hidden defects.
Wow.
If the wheel is passing the test, they will put the seal. And here you see, those have been already checked.
Yes.
And there is the seal. After the seal has been printed on the wheel, it becomes Parmigiano Reggiano.
Caseificio Rosola Dairy is a stunning 1-hour drive into the heart of the Modena province, from the city centers of either Bologna or Modena. But before you leave, be sure to stop into their attached shop to take some cheese and wine with you, because Caseificio Rosola is one of only 2 producers of Parmigiano Reggiano cheese in the world that uses the famous and protected Bianca Modenese cow, an ancient breed from Italy that makes this Parmigiano Reggiano cheese one of the most exclusive varieties in existence. And now, let's check out that cow.
After the dairy, you come here to visit where the milk comes from. And he's Alessandro Marchi, the president of the dairy Rosola.
Nice to meet you. Piacere.
This is one of the 2 dairies which is producing Parmigiano Reggiano with this animal.
Okay. This is the famous Bianca Modenese.
Bianca Modenese. There are only few animals left.
Hello. Hello.
This is the main feed of the cows, dry grass.
Incredibly rare,
Yes,
incredibly different.
from the other one.
And Caseificio Rosola is one of the few, one of two.
Two in the whole area of production of Parmigiano Reggiano, which are still
Of
they are
all
still
the five
produced.
regions, or all the
Yes,
five areas.
Exactly.
Incredible. And Caseificio Rosola won an award.
Exactly. We recently, last week,
You gotta love that.
we participated to this international event called World Cheese Award, which was taking place in Spain, in Oviedo. And our cheese has been awarded with a gold medal, with the super gold, and
Wow.
has been recognized as one of the best Italian cheese among all the participants, which were more than 4,000 types of cheese from all over the world.
Wow. And the first in Italy.
And the first, exactly, Italian, which has been ranked in the competition.
Amazing.
On the open fields. And then it is stored, and even during summer, the cows are always the cheese which is produced in the mountain region. This is what normally enable us to produce Parmigiano Reggiano without any
Wow. Incredible. And if you know me, you know I hate flies, so this cheese is really good for me to be in here. Gabriele, this is fantastic.
Yeah, I hope it will
It's
become
wonderful. It is something good, and this is something you must do. When you come to the Emilia-Romagna region, when you come to Modena, when you come to this area to visit Parma, the areas, come take a moment out of the cities to actually come into the country to see where it all starts. It's one thing to eat the Parmigiano Reggiano. It's another thing to understand how it's made and where it comes from. It's field to fork, and it doesn't get any better than Caseificio Rosola.
Now, if you'd like to taste some of Caseificio Rosola's Parmigiano Reggiano in action, not to mention probably one of the best meals I've ever had in Italy, for an authentic taste of Italy, then head down the mountain to Ristorante Cante Cuco. And the food from this husband and wife team will blow you away.
We're here today for a very special lunch at Cante Cuco with owner Roberto Biagioni. And we are starting with some incredible wine and pane, the bread, which looks fantastic. And we are going to be tasting some of the incredible flavors of the Parmigiano Reggiano cheese that we experienced today at Caseificio Rosola. Buon appetito, sì?
Buon appetito.
Grazie mille. So this is called in Italiano
This is called borlengo.
borlingo.
Borlengo. This is a typical peasant food, and it is made.
Wow.
This is a very thin layer of bread.
And on the inside is just nothing but the Parmesan cheese, I see.
And pig fat.
And pig fat.
Yeah.
We talked about this.
Exactly. Those are the main ingredients of our cuisine here.
This is so spectacular. The pig fat, the Parmesan cheese.
Cheese, exactly. This
Wow.
gives flavor to this thin layer of bread.
It's light. It's so delicate. And the Parmigiano Reggiano inside with the pig fat is so delicious. Savory, slightly salty from the cheese. It's incredible, light and crunchy. I love eating things I've never eaten before. This is one of them. It's fabulous. And we're fortunate today to not just have Jonathan, the cheesemonger extraordinaire, but also Daniela Lolli, Alessandro's wife, the geniuses behind Caseificio Rosola. Grazie mille.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, is this beautiful? It looks like a souffle,
Exactly. It is.
like a beautiful egg souffle.
Ricotta souffle with mushrooms And
Oh my
I think
gosh,
this
it
is
smells so buttery and savory. And I'm right with the butter, right? Not olive oil, it's the butter.
the butter, because
Wow.
here we are north of the Apennine. We use butter and not olive oil.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Roberto, cos'è burro o crema di parmigiano?
Crema di parmigiano.
No, this is
Parmesan
Parmigiano
cream.
Reggiano cream. Yes.
Wow.
Drank the Lambrusco type Graspa Rossa. This is type Sorbara, which is a lighter color and very dry.
Wow, that is a color surprise. Very light.
Very light and
Like almost a lilac. Like a very light purple. Beautiful. I like this. It's got a little bit of a tart to it from the fruit, I think.
yeah.
It's sweet. It's got some nice sparkle to it. It's fabulous, and I think it's going to go really well with this beautiful. And what was the name of this? It's like a souffle.
Yes, tortino.
Tortino.
In Italian.
And this has a beautiful.
With mushrooms. Picked
And the
up from-
Parmigiano Reggiano, and then the Parmigiano Reggiano crema. Beautiful. And like any composed dish, you want to mix it all together. It's incredible.
Yeah.
One of the things I'm discovering out here is it's every product that makes the difference. It's the egg that comes from the chicken right outside. It's the Parmigiano Reggiano that comes from right down the street at Casafecchio Rosola. It's the mushrooms, which I guess aren't very far away. Wow.
Potato gnocchi with Parmesan Reggiano cream.
Wow.
This is chestnut
Noi siamo
crespella,
tipiche di
salty crepe.
Oh, really? Wow.
con ricotta e panna.
It's like almost a lasagna, a chestnut
almost
lasagna.
exactly, almost a lasagna with chestnut flour and ricotta cheese.
Se lo desiderate, possiamo
Wow.
aggiungere ancora.
Roberto would advise to, of course, some grated Parmigiano Reggiano.
Of course.
On top.
He wouldn't be doing his job if he didn't, especially with Daniela at the table.
And another typical combination here from the region is balsamico
The vinegar.
vinegar.
Oh yeah, give it that brightness, the acidity,
Yeah,
cut through all the cream.
exactly.
It's November, it's chestnut season, and we are digging into this beautiful chestnut Parmigiano Reggiano crema with a little bit of balsamic.
You can really taste potato. It's very well balanced.
I love it. It's so good. Molto buono. Wow. What I love about this is the gnocchi are so pilly. They just hang on to the roof of your mouth, which I love. And then the cheese that was grated on here, the Parmigiano Reggiano, because of the heat of the dish, it actually started to congeal and become really beautifully stringy. It's fabulous. Grazie mille. Carla is the chef extraordinaire here at Cante Cuco, and this dinner today has been incredible. The pane, the meat, the Parmigiano Reggiano, how you put everything together, the gnocchi, the chestnut crema, so wonderful. Thank you so much for inviting us into your home to have this incredible meal and to share your family, your traditions, your recipes, your flavors with us.
Mark vi ringrazio per aver condiviso tutto quello che è la vostra famiglia, tutto quello che sapete, la vostra conoscenza del prodotto con loro.
Grazie a voi.
Salute.
Salute.
When you come to Italy and you come to Modena, this is something you must experience. Get out of Bologna, go into the country, come to Casafecchio Rosola, come to Cante Cuco. Be here with Daniela, with Roberto, with Carla, and really taste everything that this beautiful country and region have to offer. Because life is truly beautiful in Italy.